Project 2 Data Score Report. Alvin McPherson, Cartersville Middle School. FitnessGram data. FitnessGram is the most widely used fitness assessment tools in the world. The assessment was developed by Dr. Kenneth H. Cooper, also known as the father of aerobics. In the state of Georgia, all schools participate in the FitnessGram. The assessment measures aerobic capacity, muscular endurance, and strength, body composition, and flexibility. Here's a sample screenshot of the FitnessGram individual reports. Each student that participates in a report will be given an individual report, and this is what it shows: the heart health, which is essentially a score from when they go through an aerobic activity, what we call the pacer test. Then there's the body health, which we do that calculates BMI, the body mass index, and it gives the height and the weight of the student. And then muscle fitness, there's a push-up test, there's a curl-up test, and there's a sit and reach, which measures their muscular fitness as compared to all the other scores and things that they measure throughout the FitnessGram. Here's another sample. It showing the heart health, the body health, and the muscular fitness. Assessment information. Tests given during the fall semester 2019. In my area, I teach physical education. I teach weight training, MPE, and this is very, very relative for my class and the subjects I teach. The 2019 one was the most recent one. Basically because of last year with COVID, it got messed up. There was no pre-test, post-test type thing that we were able to do last year. So I'd go back 2019. As 8th grade students, gender breakdown, it was half female, half male, and then demographically it was 75% white and 25% non-white Hispanic. I'm going to take a random 4-student sample, and compare the results they received from the FitnessGram physical fitness assessment. Student 1, heart health, the aerobic capacity, they were able to do 48 laps in the pacer test, and it falls within the healthy fitness zone. Their body health, the BMI, falls in the healthy fitness zone, and the muscle fitness, push-ups, curl-ups, sit and reach, falls in the healthy fitness zone in all three. Students with a healthy BMI and is in the healthy fitness zones for all areas measured. Positive correlation with BMI, body health, and then aerobic capacity and muscle fitness. Student number 2, heart health, aerobic capacity, 8 laps. It falls into the health risk zone. Body health, BMI, falls into the health risk zone. Muscle fitness, push-ups, curl-ups, and sit and reach, falls into the healthy fitness zone in 2 of the 3 categories. So this student has a healthy risk zone BMI as well as healthy risk zone aerobic capacity. Muscular fitness still is in relatively healthy levels. So there's positive correlation with poor BMI and a poor aerobic capacity. Student 3, heart health, aerobic capacity, 42 laps in the pacer test. Falls into the healthy fitness zone. Body health, BMI, falls in the bottom side of the healthy fitness zone, yet it still is in the healthy zone. Muscle fitness, push-ups, curl-ups, sit and reach, falls into the healthy fitness zone. So this student has a healthy fitness zone score for BMI and a healthy fitness zone for aerobic capacity. Student also scores in the healthy fitness zone for muscular fitness. There's a positive correlation with healthy score for BMI and a healthy score for muscular fitness. Student 4, heart health, aerobic capacity, run 13 laps in the pacer test, which falls into the health risk zone. The BMI falls into the health risk zone. The muscle fitness, push-ups, curl-ups, sit and reach falls into the healthy fitness zone in the 3 categories. So this student has a health risk zone, BMI, which means this person is in the lower end. There's an assumed health risk, as well as it falls into the health risk zone for aerobic capacity. Muscular fitness still is in the relatively healthy levels. So there's a positive correlation once again with a poor BMI and a poor aerobic capacity. The data results, when you're looking at this small data group, it is relatively small. It's four students, but this sample size based on the size of the class is relative. There are positive correlations present with a healthy BMI and a healthy zone for aerobic fitness score. There's also a positive correlation with an unhealthy BMI score and the score in the health risk zone, and an aerobic health score in the health risk zone. Correlation between BMI and aerobic fitness seem to not have much of an effect on muscular fitness. Through this study, looking at these, I feel like there is a strong relationship between body mass index or poor body mass index and poor aerobic fitness. It's evident in these 4 that we've looked at. There's not really much of a correlation between BMI and then aerobic fitness, or BMI and muscular fitness. But there seems to be a positive correlation present with a healthy BMI and healthy aerobic fitness score. Thank you.